Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today's video I'm so excited about. If y'all follow me on Instagram, then you already knew this video was coming. If y'all been following me for a while and have been with me for a while, then you already also know that the environment is a huge passion of mine, and I'm always trying to spread awareness and information, and also in my personal lifestyle, consistently trying to reduce my overall impact. That being said, last year, I decided to give this whole plastic-free July challenge a whirl. It went kind of dismally. I wasn't very successful. This year, I decided that I was going to share it with y'all if anybody else was interested in it, in kind of pursuing a more lower waste lifestyle, but especially to eliminate those single-use plastics and their overall plastic consumption in general. This is a great way to kickstart it and kind of give yourself a nice little trial run. Another reason that I wanted to share it on YouTube is for my own personal accountability. So that means I will be vlogging probably a weekly basis is what it's gonna be. I'll be showing you the actual swaps and decisions and choices that I make throughout my day-to-day life to help refuse plastic and just reduce my overall consumption. If you want to get some more in-depth information about what else you can do and just learn more about it in general, there actually is a website. It's called plasticfreejuly.org. I will leave a link to it down below, as well as just a bunch of random facts and tidbits that I've shared on my Instagram, but if you don't follow me there, then you'll get the facts here, such as 91% of all plastics are not recycled, and that 6 out of 7 plastic water bottles are thrown away, and that half of all plastics that we used are used once and then thrown away. Also that about 10 million tons of plastic pollution enters our oceans every year, and 100,000 marine mammals die every year from plastic pollution, along with 1 million seabirds every year. Also, by the year 2015, there's going to be more plastic than fish in the oceans. That's insanity. That is absolute insanity to me. And not only is this an environmental issue, but it's also an economical issue and just a human health issue too, because the chemicals that are in the plastics we end up ingesting them by eating the seafood. And then it's also an economical issue because it costs countries hundreds of thousands of dollars every year. Plastic pollution alone is costing our countries money. So it's not just a convenience thing, it's not just a tree hugger thing, it's an everybody thing. Now, if you're somebody who already recycles the majority of your plastic, then great. But even better is to just refuse and reduce that plastic consumption to begin with. Remember growing up when you learned about the green triangle and the 3 R's? Reduce, reuse, recycle? Well, that's kind of in order of how you should actually be doing this. First, reduce things, reduce your consumption, then try to reuse the things that you do have. And third, and lastly, if you can't reduce or reuse, then recycle it. More recently and in recent years, they've added to that, refuse, but to me that's the same as reducing, because by refusing you are reducing your consumption. And then reuse, recycle, and also rot, so food scraps and whatnot, compostable things. So with Plastic Free July, the main focus is cutting out those single-use plastics from your life. So let's start in the kind of grocery area. That seems to be a big one, you know? You've got your plastic grocery bags, you've got the produce bags, you've got, if you buy bottled water, which is still just absolute insanity to me, but that's beside the point. Easiest thing to do is just get some reusable bags. I got these ones off of Amazon. This one was actually kind of, in hindsight, a little bit of a pricier option. I mean, it was like $23 for 3 of these, but when I go grocery shopping, I usually actually only need 1. Like this holds a lot of groceries. 1 or 2 max is what I take. And then I also have just some mesh produce bags. These ones come in a bunch of different sizes for all of your produce needs, so you no longer have to grab those plastic bags from the grocery store. Which, on that note, a lot of produce, I see people putting oranges in those plastic bags, and I'm like, you know, you're just peeling the orange, right? You don't need to put it in a plastic bag. Or like avocados, just toss them in your cart. I mean, if you're getting like a bunch of oranges, I kind of get it, but if you're getting 1 or 2 avocados or 1 or 2 oranges or 1 or 2 apples, just toss it in your cart or your basket or your shopping bag or whatever, and go about your day. You just rinse it off when you get home. That's my little tangent on that. I've gotten in the habit of just kind of keeping, this is a smaller canvas bag, just for those random errands. Like if I go to Target and I don't have this with me, I do just keep a nice little canvas bag in my car now, so that way if I do have to just run a couple errands that I didn't think about, or I forget to grab a canvas bag from our pantry, I have this in my car ready to go just in case. And if you don't have any reusable bags, or it's not in your budget to get some right now, actually they are pretty cheap on Amazon. I'll leave a few links below. I'll also leave a link to my storefront where I have like an eco-friendly section. So I'll add a bunch of stuff to help make plastic free July a lot easier right there on Amazon. But like I was saying, is most grocery stores do still have paper bags. You just have to ask them for it. Or like if you're doing self-checkout, I know my grocery store actually does have a pile of paper bags right before the self-checkouts that you can grab and use yourself. And by opting for paper bags at the grocery store, not only are you reducing your plastic usage, but then you can also reuse the paper bags by putting your recyclables in it when you get home, because the paper bag can then be recycled. Also, when you're grocery shopping, try to avoid like the pre-cut stuff or the things that are needlessly packaged. Like when you buy a bag of oranges, it usually has plastic, but you can also just get oranges that are not wrapped in plastic or have plastic tags on the mesh bag. Or with apples, instead of getting the ones in a plastic bag, just get the loose ones that you can put in your produce bag. So just making simple swaps like that really don't affect you that much, in the long run can make a huge difference. And if you have a grocery store that offers bulk items, like oatmeal or something, grab a container, just like a glass jar or something, and you can take those to the grocery store with you, fill up those containers, and it's done by weight. So then that's eliminating all sorts of packaging just that you don't need. And those bulk options are usually cheaper also, because you're not having to pay for the company to pay for their boxes and their plastic and printing on the packages and all this other stuff. Also, while you're at the grocery store, go ahead and pick up yourself a little K-cup filter. Like if you use a Keurig machine and have been getting K-cups, nah, we're done with those. We're gonna get ourselves a little filter that you can put in the Keurig for ground coffee. So you can still use ground coffee with your Keurig. I have one, super easy. You just rinse it out and that's it. Now, when you get all this food home, if you're trying to package it for the refrigerator or you have leftovers or anything, get some reusable Ziploc bags, not the plastic ones. Again, single-use plastic that we don't need. You can get reusable bags or put it in a leftover container instead. Or there are like silicone food huggers that you can get. You can get cotton, like linen bags that actually help keep your vegetables much more fresh than if they were in plastic anyway. Or like if you have a bowl, and usually you would use plastic wrap, there's beeswax wrap, there's even, if you don't want to go out and buy beeswax wrap or any of this other fancy stuff, you can even use aluminum foil, and then when you're done with it, just make sure like there's all the food is off of it. Scrunch it up into a ball about the size of your fist, and then it can be recycled. So moving along to lunches, or like if you have to pack your lunch to go to school or to go to work or anything like that, just pack them in a regular container, and then instead of paper bags or however else you take your lunch to work or school, get yourself a reusable lunchbox. They're pretty inexpensive these days. Now, if you eat out instead of taking your own food, just ask the waiter for no straws, no cutlery. Well, if they're gonna give you like plastic knives or forks, just bring your own. Just start carrying around a little plastic-free bag. So that way, even if you're in a pinch and you're with your friends, they're like, oh, let's go out to wherever, and you know this place is gonna have plastic cutlery or plastic straws, just bring your own. Last but not least, the thing that I am most guilty of, and what's going to be the biggest challenge for me this month, is mobile ordering at Starbucks. My goal is to bring down my Keurig machine and start like brewing coffee at night and then just putting it in the refrigerator so that way I can have my iced coffee ready first thing in the morning. Or waking up literally just 5 minutes earlier, taking my own coffee, like iced coffee tumbler, and I think they take off like 10% or 10 cents or something. Like you get a discount at Starbucks for taking in your own container, your own mug or tumbler. Not only are you reducing plastic, but you're also saving money in the long run. And if you go to Starbucks as much as I do, you would save so much money. And if you really just can't give up that mobile ordering, at least just bring your own straw. And along the same lines with that, as I said earlier, my biggest pet peeve is plastic water bottles. Get your own water bottle. Get a nice reusable water bottle. I think that's about it. Those are the biggest ones. A lot of those are the biggest culprits in terms of single-use plastic. If you are going to take part in the Plastic Free July challenge, definitely follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and tag me in any posts or stories or anything that you publish, so that way I can like follow along and get other ideas. I love scouring Pinterest and hashtags on Instagram to figure out how other people kind of help reduce their overall impact. There's so many like genius, creative, wonderful people out there that I am honestly amazed, like some of the tricks and whatnot that people come up with. So let me know in the comments if I missed anything or any ideas that y'all have, or if you are gonna do the Plastic Free July. Like I said, I will leave links to the plasticfreejuly.org website down below, as well as some of my Amazon favorites in terms of tools that will help you have a successful July. Thank you again so much for watching. I love you all. Until next time, work hard, be kind, spread good vibes. Goodbye.